There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye. And it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
Hi, I'm Desmond. I'm 100 years old. What? I'm really 8 years old. I go to Lake Harriet Lower. When I started Lundstrum, I was 4. My brothers go to Lundstrum too. And
what's your favorite thing about Lundstrum?
my favorite thing about Lundstrum is everything.
Thank you so much, Desmond. Hello, my name is Makisha Nation, and I get to be Desmond's mom and a mom to his little brothers, Marcellus and Victor, but I'm also a board member here at Lundstrum, so I'm really excited that you're joining us for our Aspiring Dreams Breakfast. And we're going to get started today with a Rise and Shine stretch. I'm kicking it over to Mr. Patrick Moore, who's going to get us started this morning.
All right, rise and shine. Are you all ready to dance? All right, here we go. We have Jessica here today. She's going to demonstrate what we will be teaching you today. What we will be teaching is called the wobble. It consists of 3 steps. You jump to the front and just groove. And then you jump to the back and you just groove. Now you roll the arms with a groove. Other side, roll the arms in the groove. Now we do our famous cha-cha. Step, step, step. We step, step, step. We do it 4 times. Step, step, step. Last time we start from the beginning. We jump to the front. We jump to the back. We roll to the right. We roll to the left. Cha-cha. Cha-cha. Cha-cha.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, big girl, make 'em bag it up. Make 'em bag it up. Hey, big girl, make 'em bag it up. Make 'em bag it up. Hey, big girl, make 'em bag it up. Make 'em bag it up. Hey, big girl, make 'em bag it up. Make 'em bag it up. Bag it up.
I got them shaking their booties like congos, man. I'm shaking the city like quakes. The haters blue in the face like Gonzo, cause I'm breaking the cake, so let's bake. I'm taking the game's mine. Y'all witness the change, it's my time. Yeah, I'm new to the game, but y'all might wanna say you whack raps, daylight saving time. I can dance, homie, I don't 2-step. Y'all looking at something like a true player.
Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick. What a way to get such an energizing start to our morning. I'm so excited that you're joining us, and I think the best way to truly understand the story of Lundstrum is to get behind the scenes and check out this new video.
Here at Lundstrum, we aspire to be a mini Juilliard for musical theater, in that we provide a continuum of learning from age 3 to 103. And today, we now serve over 500 students.
My family immigrated here in 1980. When I found the studio, it was Dorothy Lundstrum that welcomed me with an open arm and an open heart. This studio encompassed her spirit of giving, of kindness, of love, and the love for the arts.
These sisters brought this service to this community. They brought the love, and they touch lives in that real meaningful, personal way. The other thing they bring is Broadway quality and high expectations.
Being here in North Minneapolis is really special. There are so many children, and these children have raw talent, but you need a place to come and hone those skills and take that to the next level. And that's what we're here for.
One of the things we offer here at Lundstrum is that we don't turn any student away. That's why we have the scholarship program. We want it to be a place where everybody belongs.
Lundstrum has helped me grow into the person I am today by teaching me to sing confidently and to not be scared of what anyone thinks.
Lundstrum has impacted my life with phenomenal friends who I know will be close and dear to my heart for as long as I
my life.
The teachers here at Lundstrum are so supportive. They really make us feel like we're good enough. They really want us to succeed.
In 2020, we've changed our program significantly with new health procedures and a mix of online and socially distant in-person classes. We are blessed to have kids back on site. The feedback we've gotten from our parents on our modified programming has been amazing.
When you're involved in the performing arts, you have to learn to work as a team, and they have great communication skills. They can be very creative in problem solving. We have seen that to be true in our children.
Everyone here who teaches, we've all learned the craft in our various professional experiences, and bringing that knowledge and being able to pass it on and giving them an opportunity to shine is the greatest, most privileged place you can be.
You want your child to feel like they're a part of a community, Lundstrum is it. That's what they're going to get. They're going to feel like they're a part of something big.
So as adults, we need to lead our children into the future. And they need to know that everything's going to be okay and we're all going to get through this together.
When you set up shop in North Minneapolis and you stay here for so many decades and you deal with a lot of people that have gone through painful situations and yet you keep loving, it's basically difficult to leave a place like that.
When you develop the human capital of a society, that is development. And that is what happens here. And the dividends are far wider and more expansive than we can ever imagine. And that's why I don't know what we would do if this wasn't here in North Minneapolis.
They get to learn so much about the fine arts, about themselves. They develop as people, as performers. And I think this community is a great way to grow and a great place to grow.
It's a joy to teach kids. It's a joy to give back from what mentors have given to me. And it's just a little piece of magic being in our space.
I hope and I wish this organization is sustainable for more generations to come because it serves a tremendous benefit. This is a place for them to become who they are and to be well-liked, to be well-loved, because we're the heart, we're the soul, and we're a safe place for the community to be.
Wasn't that such an incredible video? Anytime I get an opportunity to see Lundstrum students in action, it just gives me a sense of hope and possibility and inspiration. And who doesn't need that in a year that has been so unprecedented and trying in so many ways? Our Lundstrum students have shown up, they've learned how to put on a virtual production, they've come into the studio and they've had classes while practicing social distancing. The reason why our Lundstrum students and the incredible staff and team have gone to such great extents to maintain this commitment to the arts is because arts really do matter. This is a community for our students. They have love here, joy here, hope here. And in a year that's been really difficult, I know how important that is. As the executive director for Teach for America, our students are having to do more than they've ever had to in the wake of the global pandemic. They are learning how to form connections. They are learning how to make friends. They're dealing with so many different challenges. And one of the reasons why arts is so important is because kids need outlet. They need friendships, they need connection, they need love. They need the opportunity to show that they can grow their confidence and take on new challenges. And they find that here every day, each and every day at Lundstrum. And it's such a joy to witness and such a joy to see their inspiration. And so I'm just so delighted that my kids have even grown up in the Lundstrum community and how that's helped shape them and how that's shaping so many more students in our community here on the north side. Today we're really excited to share with you a medley of a song that we feel like is perfect for capturing the essence of this time. It's both an opportunity for inspiration, for learning, and for connection. And it's just incredible to see how our students have put in the hard work to present this beautiful medley to you. And so I'm excited that you're going to see that. You're also going to hear from Amy about our program and our vision. And you're going to hear from one of our incredible students that's an alum of our program. And then you'll hear from a board member that will wrap up our program by telling you how you can get involved, and a final goodbye from me and my boys. So stay tuned. We look forward to seeing you.
got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught.
You've got to be taught before it's too late. Before you are 6 or 7 or 8.
To hate all the people they tell you to hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught.
Careful the things you say.
Children will listen.
Careful the things you do. Children will see and learn. Children may not obey,
but children will listen.
Children will look to you for which way to turn, to learn what to be. Careful before you say, listen to me. Children will listen.
Listen.
You've got to be taught to love every face, to welcome and cherish a child's unique grace. Your friends will be people of different race. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught. Children will listen.
Good morning. My name is Amy Ellis, and I'm the Executive Director of Lundstrum Performing Arts. I work with my 4 sisters, Sue, Carrie, Jane, and Lori, to inspire children to be all they're meant to be. We do this by passing on the craft of musical theater. It's been a very difficult year for our children, this season of isolation. Our vision of passing on light and love to children of all ages couldn't be more needed. We are recommitting to our mission here in North Minneapolis to continue to be part of the solution. We guide our youth to look for the good, the true, and the beautiful, to persevere, to look deep, and imagine new possibilities. The love of dance and music instills in a student a passion for learning and a desire to strive for their personal best. Musical theater is a triple threat vocation. Dance, it's an expression of time and space, relation and sequence. It's a beautiful metaphor for life. Jacques D'Amboise of New York City Ballet and MacArthur Genius Award recipient said, "If you can control the way you move in time and space, you can take control of the way you move your life." I believe that is true. Acting, it tells a story. It will take a student to many different places. Places like the French Revolution and Les Miserables, or turn-of-the-century Iowa in Music Man, or even the Industrial Revolution in 19th century England with Oliver Twist. It imparts a cultural literacy. Music and song, the foundation. It's more than just symbols on a page. These symbols have pitch, rhythm, lyric, melody. This new language requires listening, counting, articulating, and interpreting. And my favorite thing about singing is that a song stays with you long after you've left Lundstrum Performing Arts. In truth, my sisters and I did not grow up with a dream of running a nonprofit in North Minneapolis. We were born here. My mom grew up on Bryant Avenue, North, with her 4 sisters and 2 brothers. Our dad grew up on 26th and Colfax with his 4 siblings and a widowed mother. Our dear Grandma Casserly was robbed behind the Ascension Convent on her way home from daily mass. And her death was ruled a homicide. My sisters and I went to Ascension School, and we pretty much grew up in Lundstrum Studios on DuPont Avenue North. My mother was a student of Dorothy and taught for her. Our dreams were enriched by Dorothy, who sat us around her feet after class and talked of hard work and discipline and virtue and beauty. Our home was always full of music, from Benny Goodman to Duke Ellington. We were provided a very rich soil. Our parents weren't too surprised when we all went into the arts for our careers, from ballet to opera to musical theater and Broadway. Carrie and I took the Amtrak to New York together in 1978. What was supposed to be a 12-hour train ride turned into a 24-hour saga as the engines kept freezing. We finally pulled into Grand Central Station at 3 a.m. in the morning. We needed to get to Staten Island. Now, Stephen was a kid from the Bronx, and we met him on the train. He took one look at the 2 of us with our suitcases in hand and said, "I can't let you guys ride the subway alone." He escorted us to Battery Park and then took the ferry with us to Staten Island. He wished us luck, and we never saw him again. Welcome to New York. I started dancing with JoJo Smith's dance company and then Frank Hatchett's. I was introduced to Greg Hines and his brother Maurice and danced with them in 2 shows. I landed in Industrial with Michael Jackson and performed at Lincoln Center. My favorite dance partner was a guy named Greg Ganakis. Greg ended up becoming Professor Ganakis at NYU, creating the musical theater department there. I assisted Greg for many years. But when I was cast as Val in a chorus line, I called home to tell Mom I would be in Minnesota. "Hi, Mom, I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is I got cast in a chorus line. The bad news, I'll be playing Val." She's the one who gets and sings about the surgical improvements. Carrie's dreams were sparked by Dorothy, too. She studied with Broadway veteran Chrissy Fournier, where she learned everything Fosse. In New York, Carrie went to an open call for Pippin, and this is back when the open calls were cattle calls, huge. She ended up making it down to the final 12 and was cast in the national tour. And that was it. She was off. Carrie's credits include Bob Fosse's Pippin, Michael Bennett's A Chorus Line, Martin Charnin's Annie, and Tommy Tune's My One and Only. My sister Sue was blessed with the voice of an angel. She toured the country singing with a pop group. Upon her return, she decided to get a proper music education and ended up as a studio artist at Minnesota Opera under the infamous Wesley Balk. She performed with the touring company as well as the opera main stage productions. Sister Lori also began in Dorothy's one-room studio. She went on to study ballet with Lois Holton, Harkness Ballet, and Boston Ballet. She had a successful modeling career, gracing the pages of many magazines before turning her sights to acting in LA. But my personal favorite was seeing her dance the Arabian in Lois Holton's Nutcracker. As for Jane, she landed her first national commercial at 8 years old, singing and dancing for Kix cereal. She studied ballet with Lois at MDT and also danced in many a Nutcracker. Jane was chosen as Face of the 80s and flown to New York by Eileen Ford in a nationwide search. She has performed regionally in many shows and was cast as Judy Turner in the national tour of A Chorus Line. Last but not least, our only brother, Robert. He spent time professionally acting in New York as well. He landed commercial work and an agent and produced the film 3 Days of Rain with Peter Falk. It actually gained some notoriety at the New York Film Festival that year. He was also the chairman of the Lundstrum board from 2004 to 2006. Thank you, Bob. We all enjoyed successful careers. It wasn't until the death of Dorothy Lundstrum in 1998 that our lives would dramatically change their trajectory. I received the will in the mail, leaving us her legacy, her music library, and her Pilates machine. 3 months later, our mother would lose her battle with ovarian cancer. After months of prayer and discernment, we knew 3 things for sure. We would say yes and carry on Dorothy and my mother's legacy. We would stay in North Minneapolis and bloom where we were planted. And we would create a mini Juilliard for musical theater. It would be an oasis of beauty and excellence. I believe we have developed the region's premier training program in musical theater in that we provide a continuum of learning from sing and dance class 1 hour a week all the way up and through our Broadway conservatories, 10 plus hours a week. Our teachers are incredibly gifted and passionate Broadway veterans and professional performing artists. Our students go on to perform at the Guthrie, the Ordway, the Children's Theater, the Chanhassen stages, and some have even gone on to Broadway. Through mentorship, we are able to pass on our craft. We stand on the shoulders of our mentors and we pass on what we have learned. It's not in a book, it's on our feet, teacher to student. We do this in our founder's tradition, in a joyful and affirming environment. We have formed many partnerships over the last 20 years. The Visitation Monastery on Emerson, Hall Elementary on Aldridge, Lucy Laney Middle School, the Northside Achievement Zone, Spare Key, and others. We have one of the most diverse and inclusive displays of student and families in the Twin Cities. From North Minneapolis and Brooklyn Park to the western suburbs in St. Paul, we have a beautifully diverse bouquet of children. Our Dance Mania class on Wednesdays is a musical theater class that was developed for our youth with special needs. This is our 10th year, and it's a joy to see the growth and the friendships formed with these beautiful, wonderful children. What a wonderful example of celebrating God's gift in all our kids. In a normal year, I would be telling you Lundstrum Performing Arts helps approximately 500 children each year discover their unique place in the world. However, in this season of COVID, many things have been disrupted and dismantled, as you know. In seeing the harm to children and so many kids suffering from depression, anxiety, and fear, we came up with a plan that seemed doable and would give kids some sense of normalcy and connection that is so terribly needed. We determined our students could not continue to exist in this isolation because kids desperately need emotional connection, mental activity, peer relationships, and a sense of hope and fun. So, we decided to make film versions of our summer musicals. That's right, Beauty and the Beast, the film. Oklahoma, the film. We had to make strict accommodations, as you can imagine, to our procedures as well as our training models. Acting and singing teachers needed to learn how to teach virtually. We had to limit the number of students on site at a time. We followed CDC guidelines and COVID restrictions, mask, frequent hand washing, sanitizing, distancing, outdoor breaks, which by the way were pretty popular. We purchased a green screen for filming. We put up a safe recording studio of sorts with 6 by 8 foot glass, plexiglass from a donor. We purchased large screens to help our teachers see their students better. And again, kept our virtual class sizes small for the personal connection. Was it perfect? No. Was it important? Yes. Was it time consuming? Absolutely. Would we do it again? Absolutely. It came with significant expense. The financial impact on families is real, and the need for scholarships is high. Our need for contributed revenue is as great as it's ever been. I understand that what Lundstrum does is not the first line of defense, food, shelter, clothing, but the mental health aspect of what we do should not be underestimated. The feedback we received from the parent surveys were supportive, positive, and encouraging. We still have dreams of expanding our facility so we can expand our impact even further. We are being blessed in so many ways, so many mysterious ways through all of you, our donors, our incredible teaching artists, our beautiful children, parents, and families that God has gifted us with, our wonderful staff and volunteers, our compassionate and fearless board. We couldn't do it without you. There have been many challenges for us over the years, But what keeps us going are those students who have lit their candles instead of cursed the darkness, who've held on to hope and a dream. They encourage us and shed light upon our path. They are our future. And now, I have the incredible privilege of introducing 3 former students, the lovely Akpaka sisters, Ashley, Latasha, and Jessica. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, Lundstrum family.
Hello.
My name is Latasha Akpaka, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
And my name is Ashley Akpaka, and I'm also from Memphis, Tennessee.
We actually found Lundstrum when we were first moving from Memphis to Minnesota. My aunt had lived in Minnesota for quite a while, so she knew about different things in the area. We were looking for some performing arts things to get into over the summer, and she knew about Lundstrum, so she passed the information along to us.
Yes, and we also have a younger sister. Her name is Jessica Akpaka, which I'm sure you'll see her in a different video. But we are out right now currently in California, and she is not here with us, but we are still so very close. And I believe I started attending Lundstrum when I was 17 years old.
Yes, and I was 13 years old. And I think that's why it was partially such a impactful experience, because it was really our first experience with formal dance classes. So that was like my first time really taking a legit ballet class, jazz class, tap class, singing, acting. All of it was available at Lundstrum, and it was pretty much our first experience with all of it.
Yes, and what made it extra special is because we were all there together. So my family is really, really close, and I think it's very fortunate to be able to just share moments and memories like that with your sisters. So we met a lot of friends. We still talk to a lot of people that we took classes with and shared memories with, which is just amazing. And it's been great.
And I think another big thing was it was my first time really performing on the stage. And I think it really helped cultivate my love of performing. I mean, I knew I already wanted to be, in the industry as far as singing and dancing and whatnot, but I hadn't had that experience of actually being able to be on a real stage in front of a real audience and actually being able to perform and showcase my talents.
Yes, and I remember me singing for the first time on stage, and like she said, we're all very we love the performing arts, so singing, dancing, acting, modeling, all of those things. But of course, if it's your first time, you're gonna get kind of like nervous.
A lot of firsts
so there's a lot of growth happening, a lot of things to overcome. But Lundstrum Center is such a positive place to be and very encouraging. So you're always there with people who love you, people who are rooting for you, and who just want to see you win in all areas.
And I think that's also one of the reasons why it is so important to have a place like Lundstrum within the community, because it really gives an outlet, for people to express their artistic sides, express their creativity, even for people who maybe don't know much about that side of them or want to further cultivate that. Lundstrum has been just a fantastic place for us to start and really, fine-tune some of those skills so that we can actually go on further and further pursue those in our lives.
Yes, which is pretty much why we moved out here to California, just because we still have those passions within our hearts and in our minds and things that we definitely want to explore with ourselves and my younger sister as well whenever she moves out here. But some of the memories that we have of Lundstrum, of course, our first dance classes and having those experiences, but also just having a lot of fun and growing with a lot of individuals, just seeing, I guess, big growth between everyone, and 17 to I'm 28? Yeah, I'm 28 now. So it has been some time, and those people we still have on Facebook, we still have on Instagram, we're still able to check in with them every now and then. But I just remember performing and having singing and dancing and parties, and just really growing together.
And yeah, even at 24, I think Lundstrum helped set a lot of those foundations of the stuff that I know now and use now. I went on to pursue dancing in college as well, but I think Lundstrum was such a great foundation to help kind of get me along the way. And for the future, I definitely would love just to see Lundstrum continue to change lives and continue to be available, to children, to adults, to whoever want to look into the arts. Hopefully, it'll be around when my kids decide to, go to their first ballet class or their first dancing class, or, it'd be great to be able to show them, like, hey, this is where mommy took her first ballet class, or this is where mommy performed on stage. So I hope definitely just Lundstrum has the opportunity to just continue to impact and be a great resource for children.
Yes, and just to have the example of being around positive people, being around encouraging people, because that's a really, really big thing, especially in the life that we're all living in today. That's and true. Just the different, areas in our lives. But just to see the sisters, Carrie and Amy and like everyone there just also just grow together and just see how their bonds are. And especially that was important to us because we are also sisters, to be there in that environment and just again growing. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing to see.
So thank you so much, Lundstrum family. You have been such a great impact in our lives, and we love you all so very much.
Keep going, keep growing. You definitely can do this, and just have fun. Have fun. All right, bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for sharing your incredible story with us today. I'm Jonathan Chambers, a Lundstrum board member, and I'm also with US Bank. I'm incredibly proud to be associated with this organization that provides tangible, positive influence to our local community. I hope you've been inspired by Lundstrum's story and enjoyed meeting some of our wonderful people. It's now my privilege to ask you to consider making financial investments to support our work. This is not just an investment in Lundstrum Performing Arts, it is truly an investment in our community's future, especially in these challenging times. I'm excited to announce that today all gifts made to Lundstrum will be matched by the Lundstrum board and an anonymous donor. Every gift will be matched dollar for dollar up to $15,000. And if you're a new donor or increase your gift to Lundstrum, your gift will be double matched by the George Family Foundation. Thank you. Whether you're watching on your computer, tablet or phone, you can gift at varying levels that will help fuel our mission and bring light and life to children through exceptional musical theatre training. You'll see a tab with the heart and the words annually for multi-year giving, and we hope that you'll consider this option. Multi-year gifts make an incredible difference in our ability to financially plan ahead, and if possible, we hope that this is something that you will consider in the range of $5,000 to $100. The next option is to make a one-time gift today to support the Lundstrum Scholarship Fund. Again, you can see a number of gift levels and select the amount that's right for you. Our third option is to make a monthly gift at whatever amount you wish. On behalf of our students, we truly appreciate whatever level of support you can provide. If you'd like to volunteer, receive information about our classes, or simply have some great ideas to share with us, please check the box at the bottom of the website. Please know that whatever you give, including the gift of your time this morning, is truly appreciated. And now, as we wrap up, I'd like to thank you again for attending this virtual event. We hope that you've been inspired by our work, and which truly opens the doors of opportunity for our students. Have a wonderful day, and thank you.
I'm joining you now from our virtual classroom as my boys get ready to start school. Thank you so much for learning about Lundstrum. Have a great day. Bye. Bye.